Okay, so in chapter two, uh, these are the topics will be covered. Uh, Cisco iOS access. So Cisco devices has its own operating system, and it's called iOS. It has different version, and it's command line. So you will learn throughout the course different commands of Cisco iOS. Okay, how to save configuration and what's included in device configuration, naming the device, securing the device, uh, assigning addresses, IP addresses to the ports, and verify the connectivity. So all these topics will be covered in chapter 2. Okay, so you guys already know what an operating system is. An operating system give user access to give application access to the hardware. Okay, that's the only job of the operating system. What makes your computer perform different tasks is the application, not the operating system. So let's say if you want to write a letter, you use Microsoft Word, I don't know, Google Doc. If you want to play a video, you use the web browser, or what is the video player? There are different video players like VLC. So without this application, you cannot do different things. So in order to play a video, what are the hardware that you need? If you want to watch a video, you need headphones so you can hear, right? No, if you want to watch YouTube video, you don't need a web camera, but you need a video card, right? That's connected to your computer. These are the hardware. So the operating system gives video application access to the hardware, and it manages whatever hardware it needs. So that's the operating system is, okay? So the two major type of operating system are graphical user interface and the command line. Windows is mostly graphical user interface, but it does have a command, PowerShell, and what is the other? Command prompt, right? But Windows is mostly regarded as a graphical user interface. Most of the functionality of Windows is through GUI. Then you have other operating system, the command line that uses command line interfaces. I think you guys have done Linux, right? Am I right? Okay, so in Linux, you have both desktop and the command line. But the strength of the Linux is command line. Then you have other operating system that, for example, if you ever configured a home router, how many of you have configured a home router? Wireless home router? Okay, it has an operating system as well. Your TV, if you have a smart TV, it has an operating system. Your telephone has an operating system. Why? Well, telephone, your smartphone, either Android or Apple. Okay, so every device has an operating system. So routers and switch also has an operating system based on the vendor. So if you're using Cisco devices, you have an operating system from Cisco. Okay. So in this course, you're going to learn how to use Cisco iOS to configure routers and switches. Okay. Routers and switches, they don't have, okay. So router is like a computer, but it's a specialized computer. It used for a specific task. It is not used to access the internet, watch videos, watch movies, play music. like your typical computer, but it's only used to connect multiple networks. Without a router, we wouldn't have internet. Internet consists of thousands of network that are connected to each other. Those network could be owned by the governments, private organizations, ISPs, right? Private companies, but they're all connected to each other using the router. So router is like a specialized computer, but the only job of the router is connecting multiple computers. So therefore, router also need an operating system. Now, if you want to watch a video on your computer, you watch that video on the monitor, right? How your monitor is connected to your computer? What what device? With the cable, monitor is connected to the cable to your computer's video card, right? Now, routers does not have video card. Routers don't have sound card, right? So how would you configure a router if it doesn't have a video card and you cannot see the interface on the screen? So you do that by using a port called console, and you use console cable to connect the router to a computer, okay? And then you use a terminal emulation programs to access the iOS of the router. So physically, you need a computer with the serial port and a console cable. Software, you need a terminal emulation program. A terminal emulation program is a program that lets you access devices remotely. Okay, it's not a Cisco program. It was invented for Unix computers. Terminal emulation program. So a network administrator can access servers from all over the world. Okay, so the same type of so there are different terminal emulation program. They're all free. You can download them from the internet. They're very small program. They don't take much space on your computer, hard drive space. And so one of them is called Putty, okay? And but the one that I use in our Cisco lab is called TerraTerm. TerraTerm. So it's just a terminal emulation program, okay? All right, so this is how you connect your router or a switch to a computer. Now, once it's connected to a computer, right? And you have, what do? You use the command to configure the router. Okay? So let's look at this video to see what are the commands we use to configure router. Before you actually start configuring the router, you have to understand different modes in the command line. Uh, you guys remember Unix command? Okay. So in the command consists of prompt. Prompt is your location. Then command itself that you type, followed by the arguments, right? So the same way actually is derived, the Cisco IOS derived from Unix. Okay. Commands are different, but the pattern is the same. Okay. So let's watch the video about the different command modes. Pay attention. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna have to.